Welcome everyone to the fifth round of the European Club Cup 2025. On your screen is Vincent Keymer, the top board of Novy Bor. And they've come in their jackets today. You can see Hari Krishna in the background. You have David Nawara there. And they are taking on the very strong team of Alkaloid. This is perhaps one of the most important clashes in the event because the team that will win here will have chances of winning the gold quite seriously. You can see Vidit Gujarati also is here, but Arjun is the only player that's missing. He comes a bit late to the game, smiles, shakes hands with Vincent. These days, the battles between Vincent and Arjun have assumed great importance because they've played games for championship titles, for candidate spots and whatnot. And this one is no less important. Arjun gets ready with the white pieces and just calms himself down. He's kind of 2-3 minutes late to the game, but that doesn't matter. What matters is, are you in good mindset for this important clash? Arjun opens the game with 1d4 and now adjusts all his pieces before pressing the clock. That's important. You need to adjust your pieces in your time. And Vincent instantly responds back with knight to f6. Now adjusting the clock. Let's see what Arjun does next. He plays his pawn up to c4. And Vincent plays pawn to e6, opening up his bishop. Knight comes out to f3. Now generally we see d5 at the top level chess, but b6 played here by Vincent. a3. This is known as the Petrosian-Kasparov variation, and the idea is very clear. When you put your knight on c3, you don't want bishop b4 stuff to come in. For that, you are actually spending a valuable tempo in the opening, playing your pawn to a3, but that's okay. Now the main move here is pawn to d5, but Vincent goes knight e4. He's trying to be a little bit, tricky there, playing an opening that's not super well known. Knight takes e4 taken, bishop takes on e4. And now Arjun has many ways to develop. He can bring his bishop out, followed by pawn push, but he goes knight g5. This is the thing about Arjun. He's well prepared even for sidelines. Knight g5 attacks the bishop. The bishop has to move, he gets up. And I think Vincent, he's prepared. He goes back, bishop g6. He could have gone back to b7 as well. But I guess he wants to keep the bishop on this diagonal. And now Arjun says, well, your loss is my gain. I'm going to take up this diagonal for my bishop. Vincent thinks for a bit and pushes his pawn to h6. Now, if you come back to f3, I guess Black is happy. Bishop g2 makes a lot of sense, attacking the rook. And naturally, c6 is a natural move. c6 followed by d5. Putting your pawns on light squares. But he takes on g5. Wow. Vincent Keymer thinks over the board and feels that this is a good exchange sacrifice. The engines seem to not agree with him, but this is more like a human sacrifice. He takes on a8. Now, what has Black gotten in return? Mainly, he's got this bishop trapped here on a8. The rook is active. And wow, that is brave by Arjun. He castles here. Maybe he's seen something in this direction before. So castles, and now bishop comes out to e7. There are no games played in this position. And Arjun rightly blasts open the center with pawn to d5. If his bishop comes back here, Vincent can resign, because he then would be a clear exchange down. But for now, Vincent is keeping this structure intact, keeping this bishop close. That's very important for him. Arjun plays bishop to e3. And maybe he wants to play like slowly bishop d4 maybe. Queen could come in up there. And a6 played here by Vincent. A big mistake. a huge mistake because he's missed queen d4 as a move, attacking b6 and g7. I don't know if Arjun spots it, but it would be a huge move if Arjun spots this one. Of course he does. Queen d4. And this is actually game over for Vincent Keymer. Arjun gets up. He's super happy. You can see it. You can sense it. Okay, firstly, this is hanging. So you need to actually go and pick up this bishop, or else why did you even play this in first place? Queen takes g7, going in the other direction. Now the rook is hanging. If you come up, there's a check. So that's the reason why he goes rook f8. Now, yes, the bishop is trapped. Finally, Vincent got what he wanted. This is the reason why he played this entire idea. But the price that he has to pay is huge. Bishop takes c6 by Arjun. D takes c6. And d takes e6 played. Beautiful. So now if fe, g6 is hanging. Okay, so you can't do that. You can't develop your knight easily. You can't touch this pawn. So Vincent comes back to b7 with his queen. And maybe it's time to get your rook into the game. Rook a d1 is what I would think is a good idea. Arjun, on the other hand, feels the other rook will do much better. And I guess he is right here. Rook f d1. Vincent finally plays c5. He wants his knight to get into the position with knight c6. And rook to d5 is perhaps a very good move because you want to get your final rook into the game, doubling, putting pressure here. Everything works just perfectly. And you can bank on Ajubai to find one good move after another. You can see the look on Vincent's face. He knows that the writing is on the wall against a player like Arjun. That guy is not going to falter here. Bishop moves to e4. Somewhere getting out from this g6 square so that you can take here on e6. And now e takes f7 check. Rook takes f7. He goes for a check here. Queen h8. Rook f8 is possible. Bishop f8, I think, is not good because of rook e5 check. So he comes back with his rook. We are just on move 21. And Arjun has a decisive advantage. The queen h5 check. Sees it. Spots it. Check here. Rook has to come back up to block it. And now this very cool move. Rook e5. Attacking here. Queen h8 check is in the air. e4 bishop under pressure. Like you can't play knight c6. I'll just pick up the bishop. So nothing is moving for black. He goes knight d7. But Arjun has things figured out here. He sacrifices his rook. You can't take with the rook. It's pinned here. So you must take with the king. And now Arjun is a piece down. But a check comes in now. Notice that you can't move away from the rook, as this, by the way, this is illegal. So the rook is hanging. So king f8 is met with queen h8. Checkmate. So there are not too many moves. He goes king e8. And now how do you finish off this game? Well, the right way always is to bring all your pieces to the game, and that is what Arjun does. Rook d1. He attacks here. And notice, guys, if the knight moves, rook d8 is checkmate. So bishop goes back to h7. I think Arjun simply feels it. Even if he didn't have the attack, he has 4 pawns for a piece, which is materially just perfect. But I think he just senses it that it's over. Queen h6. Beautiful move. Threatening a check here. And yeah, this is done and dusted. How do you even, this queen wants to get into the game. Queen e4 maybe. Bishop f5 played. If you played Your queen here in the center, then just rook d3 to rook e3 is also very strong. So bishop f5, stopping queen e6 business. But now I guess queen h8, rook d5, getting the rook into the game. Nice. It's been I think one of the most amazing games by Arjun here. Rook h7 played. The queen has not too many squares if you look at it. So queen d6 played, bishop h3. And queen g6 check. Rook comes in. And can Arjun find the finishing shot? Check. Rook f8. And now a very, very cool move is queen g7. And the main point of queen g7 is that if you play here, if you go rook f7, I go queen e5 check, which is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. If king f8, queen h8 mate. If knight e5, rook d8 checkmate. This reminds us of this famous Paul Morphy versus Duke. He finds it, Duke of Brunswick game. And it's such a pretty move. Arjun, you can bank on him always to find such pretty ideas. And yeah, this is over. Actually, rook f7, maybe rook e5 does not. Oh, that doesn't work. There's no mate. Knight e5 is coming. So anyway, it's better rook f7, queen e5. Vincent is thinking here. He resigns. Arjun Erigaisi scores a beautiful win. Absolutely stunning chess by the youngster. And Team Alkaloid can be very happy with what Arjun has done here. He's managed to beat Vincent and score an important win for his team. Arjun is now on 4 out of 5, gaining rating at 2773. And the other good result for Alkaloid was Yu Yangi beating Hari Krishna. So it was a 4-2 victory for Team Alkaloid against Novy Bor. And that is an excellent one for Arjun and his team. I hope you enjoyed the game. I hope you loved how Arjun played this one. This is Sagar Shah signing off.